Welcome to Promise International Online Teaching. In our online classroom today, we shall be studying mathematics. And the topic for today is angles of elevation and depression. Angles of elevation and depression. This is a topic under trigonometry. In your SS1 class, we had a class for them in SS1, basic trigonometry, where we treated the sine rule, the trigonometric ratios, Pythagoras theorem, and also studied the application of Pythagoras theorem in solving trigonometric problems. Also looked at the special angles, how to derive them, and how to also use them in solving problems, as they help us not to use calculators or tables in solving trigonometric problems. Today we shall study angles of elevation and depression, and we shall also make use of some of these special angles in solving problems. Now, we shall study the meaning of this topic and also solve problems relating to angles of elevation and depression. Now, when we talk about elevation, you know what elevation is all about. To elevate means to lift. And when we talk about depression, we mean to press down, to take down. Now, when we make use of these words to describe a specific kind of angle, angle of elevation is the angle between the eye level and the eye contact upwards. Let's take for example, here is a man standing, and his height is also taken to be his eye level. This is his eye level. We can also assume that this is the horizontal ground. Horizontal ground. Now, should this man look up to the top of anything above his height, anything above his height, it can be a cliff, the top of a cliff, it can be top of a building, it can be top of a tree, just anything above his height. This is his eye level. This line is his eye contact to the top. Now, the angle, which is the degree of turning from his eye level to his eye contact, is called the angle of elevation. E degrees is angle of elevation. To elevate is to lift. So angle of elevation can be defined as the angle between eye level and eye contact upwards. Now, should we have a bed on a tree? Let's say this is a tree. Here you have a bed. And this bird looks at the ground and sights maybe a snake or whatever it can eat, like a seed or whatever is on the ground at the same ground level with the tree. Let's say a seed. Now, this is the eye level of the bird. For this bird to see this seed, it has to look down. And looking down to see this, the line between the eye of the bird and the seed is the eye contact. An angle has been formed between the eye level of the bird and the eye contact downwards. These degrees. This is referred to angle of depression. Angle of depression. So we can say that angle of depression is the angle between the eye level and eye contact downwards. There is a relationship between that angle of depression and angle of elevation. Let's establish a relationship between the both. Relationship between angle of elevation and angle of depression. Now, let's take for example, you have a teacher. There is a teacher talking to students who are seated. Now, this, let's say all of them, both the teacher and the students, both the teacher and the students are on the same horizontal ground. This is the eye level of the students. This is the eye level of the teacher. Now, the teacher, to see the student he is teaching, has to look down to see the student. For the student to see the teacher, the student has to look up to see the teacher. Their two eyes has contact, so this is their eye contact. This line is the line of their eye contact. This line is the line of the teacher's eye level. This line is the line of the student's eye level. The angle, seeing that these two lines are parallel, horizontally parallel, we know that this eye contact line automatically becomes the transverse between the two parallel lines. And that creates what we call an alternate angles, which we say alternate angles are equal. So the angle of depression of the teacher will be equals to angle of elevation of the student, making angle of depression to be equals to angle of elevation. Take note of this. The beauty of science is solving of problems. And so we are going to solve some problems regarding angles of elevation and depression. Let's begin with the following questions I have here. I have a number of problems we have to solve here. We have number 1, 2, 3, 4. After this, I will give you an assignment. Please do this assignment and send back to me. I will mark and give you your scores, and also do a correction to the assignment in our next section of the class. And also, should there be anything you don't understand, make use of the comment box and send your comments across to me. Let's take question number 1. A schoolboy lying on the ground 30 meters away from the foot of a water tank, lower, observes that the angle of elevation of the top of the tank is 60 degrees. Solution. Number 1. Is schoolboy lying on the ground. This is a schoolboy lying on the ground 30 meters away from the foot of a water tank. 30 meters away. This is 30 meters away from the foot of the water tank. Lower, observes that the angle of elevation of the top of the tank, angle of elevation of the top. Now take note, when you are told angle of elevation from an angle of elevation of is used for where the site is taken. From is used for where the angle is formed. So where the angle is formed, we use words like from. Where the site is taken, we use the word of. So of the tank means the site is on the tank. This is the water tank. Top of the water tank. This is the top. This is the water tank. So that means the angle is formed from the ball. The angle is formed from the ball. Angle of elevation from the ball. 60 degrees. Calculate the height of the water tank. What are we looking for? We are looking for the height. Let's denote it with the letter H from here to here. You need nobody to tell you that this stands vertical and this horizontal ground, and we must necessarily have a right angle between the horizontal and the vertical. So this is a right angled triangle, and for us to find our height, we take note that our height here is opposite the angle, and the given side is adjacent the angle, and we make use of tangent of angle, because tangent of any angle is given as the opposite over the height, over the adjacent. So we are to make use of tangent. We say tan 60 degrees is equals to opposite H over adjacent 30 meters. Now when we cross multiply, we have 1 times H. H is equals to 30 meters times and 60 degrees. We are looking for our H. 30 meters times tan 60 degrees is given as √3. So 30 meters times √3 is 30 √3 meters. That is your answer. Let's take question number 2. The angle of depression of a boat from the top of a cliff 10 meters high is 30 degrees. How far is the boat from the foot of the cliff? Remember what I told you earlier, it can be anything high. It can be cliff, it can be building, it can be tree, it can even be aeroplane. They are necessarily higher than whoever is taking observations below them, and that would involve angle of elevation. So the angle of depression of a boat from the top. So depression from the top, meaning the angle is formed at the top. Whenever you are told from, that is where the angle is formed. So here we have a cliff. A cliff. This is the top of cliff. And you are told the angle of depression. So should this be the eye level of the top of the cliff, then we have a depression of 30 degrees. We have a depression of 30 degrees. (10 meter high). The cliff is 10 meter high. Don't forget there is a right angle here. How far is the boat from the foot? Now here is the boat. This is the boat. How far is the boat from the foot of the cliff? This is the foot of the cliff. So we're looking for this distance here. Then let me use the letter D to denote the distance here. Don't forget the relationship between angle of elevation and depression. The angle of depression on the top of the cliff is equal to the angle of elevation of the boat to the top of the tree. So if here is 30 degrees, here will be 30 degrees. Just like the first question I solved here, you have opposite to this angle, you have adjacent to this angle. And I'm looking for the adjacent. So I will make use of what? I will make use of tangent of angles. Tan 30 degrees is equal to opposite, which is 10 meter over adjacent, which is D. Mathematically, it's acceptable that D can come here and 30 degrees can come here. But if you wouldn't want to do it that way, you can just quickly put the value of tan 30 degrees and simplify. Tan 30 degrees is root 3 over 3, or 1 over root 3. So let me use 1 over root 3 equals to 10 meter over D. Cross multiply 1 times D gives us D. Root 3 times 10 meter will give us 10 root 3 meter. Now, let's solve the remaining two questions. Question number 3. That's the answer. That's the distance between the boat and the foot of the cliff. Let's take care of question number 3. The shadow of a pole 5 root 3 meter high is 5 meter. Find the angle of elevation of the sun. Normally, when the sun is on a man, it creates a shadow of him, usually behind the direction behind him, if he's in the direction of the sun. Now, for us to find the angle of elevation of the sun, this number 3, this should be the sun. The sun light shines downwards, and here is a man on whom the sun's ray falls. The sun ray would cast a shadow of the man behind him, and whatever angle will be formed here will be equal to the angle formed here. Whatever angle of elevation we are going to have here will also be the same angle of elevation we have here. Now, the shadow of a pole. Okay, sorry, this is a pole. The shadow of a pole 5.3 meter high. The height is 5.3 meter. Is 5 meter. From here to here is 5 meter. We are now to find the angle of elevation of the sun, which is E degrees. We still have opposite and we have adjacent. We make use of tan E degrees. Tan E degrees is opposite, which is 5.3 meter over adjacent 5 meter. Meter cancels meter, 5 cancels 5. Tan E degrees is equals to 3. You need nobody to tell you that E degrees is what? 60 degrees, because tan 60 degrees is over 3. Therefore, if I take arctan of both sides, I have E degrees is arctan root 3. E degrees is equals to 60 degrees. That's our angle of elevation. I would like to give you question number 4 to solve and send back to me. Question number 4, solve it, send back to me. This will be your class work. After this, I will do correction. But then, don't forget that this is your assignment. This is your assignment. Please, it's very important. I will do the correction for this assignment in our next class. So please solve this assignment and submit back to me. You will have a platform created there for you to send the answers back to me, so I can mark it and give you your scores and do the correction and the board also in our next section of this class. Thank you.